The Shark Deck.
Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. Did South Park reveal a rift between Meghan Markle and Michelle Obama? On the recent episode featuring the Prince of Canada and his wife, who are fictional characters and not at all Harry and Meghan, the profile of the Princess of Canada listed her interests as yoga, calligraphy, cuisine, writing, lifestyle, advocating, acting, blogging, and feminism. It also included lawyer pretendering, perhaps an allusion to Meghan's role on Suits, and First Lady botherer. The Mirror took some time to analyze the joke. Harry knew the Obamas first, visiting them during their time in the White House in both 2013 and 2015, and in 2016 he welcomed the couple to Kensington Palace. It is said they bonded over Harry's Invictus Games, a sporting event for injured servicemen and women. And Harry appeared in an amusing video to promote the games with the Obamas and even persuaded the Queen to star in it. A year later, Harry also joined Michele during a visit to a school in Chicago and interviewed Barack, where he guest-edited the Today program on BBC Radio 4. When Harry and Meghan wed in 2018, the Obamas did not attend their wedding at St. George's Chapel in Windsor. But months later, Meghan was said to have had a power meeting with Michele in London as the former First Lady promoted her autobiography, Becoming. A friend told the Evening Standard, they spoke at length about the importance of supporting and empowering women across all cultures and communities. They also talked about shared experiences of pregnancy and raising children, plus shared causes including girls' education. However, according to Tom Bower's book Revenge, Meghan, Harry and the War Between the Windsors, Michele was alarmed by Meghan's attitude when she was attempting to find her royal role. Michelle's reported advice, take some time and don't be in a hurry to do anything. In 2019, Meghan also interviewed Michele when she guest-edited British Vogue and described her as an endearingly frank, down-to-earth person. Then Harry and Meghan went on Oprah. In August 2021, Barack had a 60th birthday party. No Meghan, no Harry. Royal insiders suggested the former presidential couple were being cautious about appearing friendly with Harry and Meghan due to concerns about public image and out of respect for Queen Elizabeth. As for why the Princess of Canada may be a First Lady botherer, that remains unclear. If Meghan and Harry are deposed as part of the Samantha Markle lawsuit, one expert says it could feel like torture. Lawyer Nathaniel Mack told The Express, depositions can be seen as a form of torture, especially for high-profile individuals who may be asked to disclose private information. They can also be a test of one's will and stamina. High-profile cases involving Governor Cuomo and President Trump involved 9 and 11-hour depositions. But if Harry and Meghan are forced to sit for a deposition, their testimony will more than likely be limited in scope and reveal few new details. There was more speculation that Meghan is overwhelmed by all the negative reactions. Kinsey Schofield, host of the To Die For Daily podcast, told Fox News Digital, Meghan is upset and overwhelmed. It's not that Meghan feels excluded with the planning. Meghan feels like the palace is only fighting for Prince Harry to attend, and they don't care whether she shows up or not. And that does not sit well with her. Rejection is one of Meghan's greatest insecurities. She does not want to be booed or humiliated on a global scale, yet she understands that her brand stateside increases in value with her proximity to the royal family. Author Christopher Anderson added, it's increasingly beginning to look as if Harry and Meghan might well opt out of the coronation. There are genuine security concerns, to be sure, and then there is the prospect of the Sussexes being roundly booed. Harry and Meghan are still licking their wounds over having been sidelined during the Queen's funeral. It's highly doubtful that they would be willing to face the prospect of that sort of public humiliation again, particularly on Archie's birthday. The fracture has been seismic, particularly in light of Harry's scathing attacks on his brother in Spare. Harry and Meghan can't possibly imagine that William and his wife Kate will greet him with open arms, or at this point even pretend to regard the Sussexes with anything other than chilly disdain. Newsweek suggests Prince Harry's police security lawsuit could become a costly error. Per Newsweek, Harry's decision to sue the British government over the removal of his police security could give him a legal bill in excess of $360,000 if he loses, a Freedom of Information Act request shows. If he wins, he may get the chance to have his team of specially trained police armed with guns reinstated, but if he loses, he will likely have to pay the government's costs. Attorney Mark Stevens of UK law firm Howard Kennedy told Newsweek, "I think he's unlikely to win. There will be a degree of sympathy, but I think it's all wrapped up in a bigger decision. The more interesting part is that it's more likely to come out through disclosure, the inner working of the deal between the two sides. I don't think anyone comes out of this particularly well. There are practical motivations which are hard, but there is some score settling going on as well." If Harry does need money, royal commentator Kinsey Schofield has a suggestion. Harry could become a motivational speaker. "I want to talk to you about how I lost my mother and how it's changed my life." He did not have to tear into his family. He was given a podcast. He's got a relationship with Spotify. Do a podcast about grief and how you overcome grief. He chose the nastiest, dirtiest, cheapest way to monetize his relationship with his family. Palace Intrigue will be right back. A reminder that Palace Intrigue now is also available on YouTube. If that is your platform or listening app of choice, we're there. No video, but just the audio, and you can subscribe to our show. We're also on Apple, Spotify, and wherever you apparently found today's show without our help. An Australian comedian shared how he was trapped at Meghan Markle's event. Joel Creasy told a local radio show, "I went to a morning tea to meet her for youth leaders aged under 30, and I just snuck in. I think the invite was for Josh Thomas, and I took it. Went along, and she was 5 hours late. Tired of waiting, Creasy tried to leave. 'She's done a Madonna,' I said. 'Can I leave? I don't care about her that much.' And security said, 'No, we'll arrest you.' Turns out it's easier to leave the royal family than it is one of their events." And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue, and good times.
So you're at McDonald's and you get your bag and you open your bag, you want to grab a couple of fries or something, and there's $5,000 in it. Yeah, this happened to one guy. Hi, I'm Johnny Mac, host of 5 Good News Stories. He gave the money back, don't worry. If you want to start your day with a smile twice a week, I've got 5 good news stories for you. For example, there's an airline for dogs. Or what about the woman in her 80s who just released her debut album? How about the dude who found 150 corn on the cobs under his floorboards? Is corn on the cobs even the way you say that? Who cares? And yes, that was a pony at the supermarket. 5 good news stories, the number 5 good news stories, 5 good news stories, the number 5 good news stories, wherever you get your podcasts.